Oh, holy Toledo! What's up, YouTube? It is your boy Trey from Treyders Trades coming back again for another freaking AMC live stream, baby. And it is a beautiful freaking morning. We are actually down a little bit here immediately at market open. However, do not be fooled by the freaking price action because you are seeing a piss ton of volume. So far, according to Webull, we have 66 million in total volume here cooking up today, and that is absolutely disgusting. Now, I want to clear up a couple of things because there has been a lot of stuff kind of flying around, and let's see if I can just pull this up here really quick. I want to pull up Ortex, and in case you're not on Twitter, I wanted to give you the opportunity to know what is going on here with Ortex today, because there has been a lot of uncertainty, and I don't want to say doubt by any means, but just some confusion on what's going on with the freaking utilization rate, what's going on with the shares on loan, what's going on with the short interest, and I want to clear up some things because I had some hypothesis that Ortex actually ended up validating. So what is cooking up right now is the utilization has dropped to 21.4%, and I was like, that's kind of interesting. So I went on Twitter and I gave my thoughts. So I tweeted at Ortex and I said utilization dropped to 21%, a 78.6% change, but shares on loan sits at 141 million shares, only a 7% change. Seems like there's either less demand to short AMC or there's more shares available to borrow since shares on loan hasn't changed. And then Ortex came out because they were asked a million questions by a lot of people and clarified both of these points, saying that, look, utilization is a percent of shares available for lending that were borrowed on the day in question. Recently, there's been a strong demand to borrow AMC shares. That trend changed and only 21.4% were borrowed. So essentially there's less demand to short AMC stock. They don't want to fight the freaking grain right now, which is good to see. Secondly, my other hypothesis was that there are more shares available for lending. And they said this: there are almost 6 million AMC shares borrowed yesterday, indicating that this change is driven mainly by an increased availability of lendable shares. The availability will have increased because a fairly large number of shares were returned. So the reason that the utilization has dropped so significantly to 21.4%, my friends, is because there's less demand for AMC stock to be shorted, right? Less people want anything to do with it. They're like, get this shit out of my face. I want to see nothing about freaking short AMC stock. And there's just more available shares for lending. Despite all that, the short interest is up 0.73% today, which is a good thing to see, not because it brings the price down, but because it increases the overall ceiling, right? The floor being the ceiling comes into true shape here today. We absolutely love seeing that because that is going to raise the ceiling. It just gives us more opportunity for this freaking squeeze to rocket to goddamn Pluto. That's what you want to see, my friend. So I'm absolutely jacked to the teeth over that. That is a great, great thing to see. And there was one other thing that caught my eye, and it was when we had this huge freaking dip during the pre-market. We went from $15.50 all the way down to about $14.10. This ended up popping up in my Discord, and that was an unusual large purchase of shares detected. There was 17 million shares at a dollar cost of $14.20, which is absolutely disgusting. 17 million shares. That is a big freaking block trade, guys. So some huge whale stepped into the equation and dropped a piss ton of money, liquidity, and shares on AMC at that beautiful 420. We're going to exclude that one in there. That beautiful 420 cost average, which is a beautiful, beautiful freaking thing to see. With that being said, AMC right now is sitting at about $13.68, obviously being very heavily shorted. What you're seeing here is a battle of the shorts and the longs. The volume on this is absurd for only having been trading about 50 minutes of the regular market hours. Sitting at 68.3 million. In the first minute alone, we saw freaking 16.48 million total shares, which is disgusting. That is a lot of volume, a lot of volatility. I mean, we look at this on the daily candles. There were days when we didn't see this much volume over an entire day. We were getting excited over 53 million shares. If you look at freaking, what day would this have been? This would have been May 12th. We were excited over 53 million shares. We were excited over 49 million. We were just excited to get back up over that 20 million-ish range. So to have this much freaking volume this early in the day is a good thing to see. And we are really not down that bad right now. And we've said it a million times, right? We've said that this level at $14.50 is going to be critical velocity, right? And we got this breakout over $14.20, which ultimately brought us to $15.80 here in the after hours yesterday. After it hit 1580, obviously the next day we had a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern. It sold off, right? Shorts have been doubling down on their positions. They're shorting this down, which is validated by the Ortex data. Short interest going up by about 0.73% today. So far, borrowed shares, you have 3.25 million. Return shares, you have about 2.22 million, which brings us a net change of 1 million shares that were shorted into the market here today. So that kind of explains the decrease in price that we saw in the pre-market here today. And to be honest with you, I would not be surprised if there's some people out there who got a little bit nervous to see this drop back down to that $13 range who may have departed. But I can guarantee you this, the majority of apes out there are not freaking selling. We're not freaking leaving, guys. We're sitting absolutely freaking dirty, filthy, stupid. And I'm nothing but excited for freaking how AMC is sitting right now. I'm telling you, there are very few days like this where we get to be this excited. This has been a 5-month journey, guys. A 5-month journey where we have been waiting and waiting and waiting, riding the highs, riding the lows to get to this ultimate moment. This pivotal moment where we come up to this technical breakout level where technical analysis will go flying out the window. We'll see an opportunity for a true freaking squeeze. A true squeeze. That's exactly what we want to see. So outside of that, the only other update that I've got for you, I want to show you guys the daily short sale volume percentage just to show you yesterday's short volume. We have this update right here. So yesterday we saw a total of 49% of the total volume was short volume, even though it looked like not much was freaking happening. But that tells you the whole story. Almost half of the volume on the day was short volume. And this actually lines up really well with the fact that the utilization has dropped because there is more availability for total shares. This is about a T+2, right? So it lags about 2 days behind. So if you look at back 2 days, right? Boom, back here, not a lot of shorting happening, which would indicate to me that a lot of the shares were returned. Oh, that would actually be here, 48, my bad. So nonetheless, a lot of shares returned, utilization dropped, and now shorts are starting to double down on their positions again, right? 48%, 57%, 49%, a lot of shorting taking place on AMC stock as it sits right now. There was one other thing that I want to show you guys, and it was this, that Citadel has actually gone long on AMC stock, which is the funniest thing ever to see. I actually made a video on it this morning. I don't know if you're able to check it out. If you weren't, that's okay. I'll just give you the brief freaking rundown. They bought some calls, they bought some puts, and they bought about a 750,000 total shares. So I'm going to show you this here really quick. These are 13 Foxtrots, 13 Fs. If you don't know what a 13F is, 13 Fs are essentially filings stating that they made a transaction on AMC stock or any security in the market, right? Essentially what this means is they did not necessarily buy on May 17th. They could have bought a day ago, 2 days ago, 5, 10, 20, a couple of weeks, a month. We don't know the timeline, right? And there's no way to really know. But what we do know is that Citadel is long. So they bought some puts. They also bought some calls. You can see, let's see if I can find it here really quick. May 17th. Here are the Citadel. Where'd you go? Bob Saget, man. Citadel. Okay, so here are their actual shares. 724,000 total shares from Citadel, long on the stock. And then they also bought calls and they bought puts. So I'm going to find Citadel here again. I know there's 2 other transactions that took place in these 13Fs. Here are their puts. And where are their calls? They are definitely here. Call. There it is. Call. So Citadel got some calls as well. And my anticipation for this is that what ended up happening is they got puts essentially to hedge against their bets, which is typically something you see that big institutions and hedge funds will do. But I'd be willing to bet money on it that they've got more calls than they've got puts solely because of the fact that they have 724,000 total shares on the stock, right? They're long, almost 750,000. People are worried, is this going to affect the squeeze? My answer to you is I do not think so. And my validation for this is that we saw 16 million in total volume in the first minute of trading alone. 16 million. They would eat up those shares if they sold every single one of them in the market instantly. Instantaneously, they would eat that shit up. So that is, in my personal opinion, not going to affect the squeeze. What I would watch for is this. Depending on how much money they make on the calls and their long shares, mid-squeeze, they may end up going backwards, right? Flipping the script again and going short on the stock. And if that ends up happening, essentially what you want to see is holding strong, right? You need to keep strong conviction in your belief in the stock, strong conviction in the fundamentals of the squeeze potential, right? We are much, much freaking stronger than we were 5 months ago. We are. We just flat out are. We have more experience. We have more knowledge. We've got more people talking about it. We know the games that they play. We know the games they can play. We're ready, right? You just need to prepare yourself mentally for the psychological warfare. That is essentially what this ends up coming down to. So I'm not stressing about it. You guys shouldn't stress about it. Just know what you hold. That's essentially what it freaking comes down to. Trader doesn't care about Control F. I love it. There's more puts than calls. Well, I'm wrong about that, I guess, but I'm actually surprised. So maybe they're just basically hedging it 50-50. So since they do have 750,000 shares at, for AMC stock, and they do have calls, they're probably just hedging it 50-50. But nonetheless, they do have a long position in the stock, and I know people are worried about that, and I just would not be worried about it, right? They're trying to minimize losses. That's essentially what it comes down to. So I guessed wrong. I apologize. I don't have the numbers. I was just giving a good guesstimate. But ultimately, I'm not stressing about it, my friends. I feel absolutely bullish on AMC stock. You guys should be freaking excited. There's a lot of great stuff happening right now. Trade AMC fire sale right now. Buy the dip. We'll drop another freaking 100 shares in. I have been making purchases. That freaking dip during the pre-market was juicy. I know I was going to say, I said I was going to buy it through the stream, but I did end up buying some during the during the pre-market, so my apologies. But nonetheless, if you can see up here, the total number in my account is $76,440. And currently, I have some of the $15 strikes, the $25 strikes, the 10.5 strikes, and quite a bit of freaking AMC stock. So we are cooking with absolute Crisco, guys. I've been making some buys. I've got what appears to be 2,200, 3,000, 5,000. I don't know what the math is. A little over 10K in call options. And I've got a little bit of buying power left, about 744 total shares to buy as it sits right now at this price, right? But overall, this is going to come out to just shy of $80,000 of AMC stock. So that's what we're cooking with Crisco with right now, my friends. I am freaking doubling down today. I'm putting that freaking fat YouTube money into the stock, trying to keep my money where my mouth is, and give you guys a reason to believe that I'm not just here for the freaking views, the blah, 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 like everybody always says. Why are you on YouTube, blah, blah. I mean, I don't even get that, to be honest with you, but I always see that narrative. And you guys have to know, I could give a single shit less about that stuff, because ultimately what this comes down to is everybody who talks about AMC stock, right? Our reputation is on the line. The Ape's reputation is on the line. It's so much more than an individual person, because me, myself, and I cannot move AMC stock, right? I just can't. I could buy $10 million of AMC stock today, and sure, in that brief minute, it would go up. But in the grand scheme of things, the Apes together, man, it's this freaking movement. The Apes together are strong. So we just need a platform, an opportunity for freaking apes to come together to talk about AMC stock, to talk about all the malpractices that's been taking place for freaking decades and decades and decades and decades. It's absolutely great to see. Title should read, I am a huge and will be liquidated into financial ruin. Dude of Don, I'm sorry to hear that you think that, but you're entitled to your opinion, man. Good morning to our favorite silverback. Let's make history, bro. Thank you, Adrian. I appreciate that. By the way, a little tribute to Matt Coors, who is also cooking with Crisco. We got the freaking duck mug, drinking some water right now. I did have a coffee this morning, but I'm all out in the house. I had to go to the freaking gas station and get a cup, but... Are you going to cry when this thing moons? Oh, dude. Probably. I'm going to be honest. It's been a long, long journey. It really is. I think I'm excited because ultimately what this is going to do is change a lot of people's lives. I mean, I read this tweet on Twitter. Somebody said this. I can't even take credit for it because I'm not that smart. But this guy said 3.2 million investors holding AMC stock. What makes me excited about that is that 3.2 million people's lives are going to be changed forever. Not just financially, but the community that you built, the change that you made in the stock market, in the economy, right? The opportunity for other millions and millions of people to make money down the road is absolutely disgusting. It's a beautiful, beautiful freaking thing to see. So that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for all the people who were told they were dumb money, that they had no business touching AMC stock. You can make money somewhere else, right? It's going to be over. It'll all have been freaking worth it, and everybody can pat themselves on the back and say we freaking did it. That's going to be a really rewarding moment for me. I'm just going to put up a freaking 10-second video, and I'm going to buy a cat. I want a cat and a dog someday. I'm going to be petting my cat and say it was never a dead cat, man. That's ultimately what it's going to come down to. AMC news on Webull is weird. AMC meme revival pits trader euphoria against big block trade. What? What is this? AMC rose as much as 3.7% to 1447 at 9:39 a.m. With more than 32 million shares traded early Tuesday, AMC was the second most active stock that trades at a value greater than $1. According to the data compiled by Bloomberg, The stock has soared 56% in the past 8 sessions, matching its longest streak of advances since August 2018. Are we going to get 8 straight green days, guys? Come on, freaking drop some gorillas in the chat if you think we're going to get 8 straight green days, which would probably be the most powerful move that we've seen out of AMC stock in quite some time. Look at this. Come on. You know what it is. You know what it is. Drop it in the freaking chat. Come on. Don't even make me say it. Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it. Come on. Let's show some love to all the freaking new gorillas out there who are rocking with the Gorilla Gang, rocking with AMC stock and this awesome freaking community. Drop that in the chat if you know what this is, guys. Come on. So what are we looking at right now? Currently trading underneath the VWAP, the volume weighted average price. I always assume that there are people out there who do not know what this is, so I'll walk you through it. The volume weighted average price, or this gold indicator, is the average price that every single person who has bought stock today paid on the day, right? That typically tells you if you're trading underneath it, that most people are bag holding. If you're trading over it, it typically means that most people are in the green. So if you're trading over that volume weighted average price, and if we can reclaim that VWAP, right, you're going to get a lot of momentum, a lot of FOMO buying, and a lot of freaking bullish action that'll take place. I mean, we've seen that time and time and time again. If you tune in for the live stream yesterday, you know how it goes. We pointed out those freaking trends, but if in case you were not a part of that live stream yesterday, I'll show you. You can see that every time that we traded over the VWAP, the volume weighted average price, the volume would surge, right? And every time we're underneath it, volume is lower. So you don't see as much volatility, you don't see as much momentum. We get back over the VWAP, volume picks up. Underneath it, volume slows down. We get over it, volume picks up. We get over it, volume picks up. This is how this stock is going to run. And this is how all stocks in the stock market run. So that's a trend that you can pay attention to, right? So you can expect if we retest that VWAP and get the clean break over it, that is going to drive some stupid, ridiculous volatility. We've got lamp cooking up right now. We got lamp turned on. Should we do a freaking bear trap right now? Lamp off, lamp on, baby. We got Subway cup cooking, some freaking diamonds laying down on the desk and on the lamp. I've got a good freaking feeling, guys. The first hour or so of market trading is a little bit red. We are a little bit red, down about 0.8% or so, but this can very easily get a reversal. You guys know what it is. It's a George W. Come on. I love seeing that in the chat, man. Absolutely love it. That's freaking beautiful. Sitting at $13.88 as it sits right now. Looking for a break over this neckline on this double bottom setup, which we call the George W, man. I wish I had my George W. shirt with me because I should be wearing that, but instead I'm wearing my my home school where I graduated college. This is St. John's University, little private college out in Minnesota, in the Midwest. Loving it. Dude, look at Microvision. Microvision freaking ripping right now. Also up pretty decent on the day, up 6%. So that isn't looking bad at all. That's looking pretty freaking decent. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yes, sir. All right, back to it. Trey, first Leaky Weeky, Not a Dead Cat, Lateral Drift remix. I worked all night on it on YouTube. Would love Tyler to hear it too. Lateral Drift remix. Oh, on the first P break, I can definitely, I can pull it up and get it ready for you. It's worth checking out at the very least. Not a Dead Cat, Lateral Drift. I've got it pulled up, and we'll cue that up once we take our first Leaky Weeky break. Winona, Minnesota in the house. Yes, sir. We love that. Oh, we haven't drawn up an arrow yet. Guys, what are we freaking doing? What are we doing? Come on. Come on. Come on. What a bunch of silly chicken stuff. Honest to God. All right, we got an arrow rocket. This is simple. In case you're new to the community, dude. In case you're new here, my fellow apes and apettes, we draw an arrow, and it is simple technical analysis, factual facts. This is just as easy as it gets. This isn't rocket science. This is just chart science. You draw an arrow, and typically the stock will follow that freaking arrow. Looks like we're coming up close to get a test of that VWAP, volume weighted average price. The volume here so far on the day looking pretty freaking decent. I mean, each individual minute we're getting between 125,000 and it looks like about 1 million total shares of volume. So nice little range there. But once we get back over that VWAP, that is going to bring in a surge of volume. And that VWAP is right above that $14 psychological level of resistance, which there isn't even a large sell wall at, to be honest with you. I mean, that 1,500 shares is not bad. That 1,404, however, that VWAP price, you can see there's a decent amount, 6,000, and then 14,000, about $14.10 in terms of sell walls. So that's what we're watching for. That's what we're waiting on. Absolutely. Just dropped $500 on AMC to bring my total to 100 shares that have $300 on reserve. Love you, man, and all you do. Tressa, congratulations to you. It was a good dip buy for sure. I didn't think we were going to get an opportunity to see the low 13s again. The entire time I was thinking about this, guys, I was like, Bob Saget, man, I wish this would have waited one more day to freaking rip, because I would have been able to buy these a lot cheaper. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to give a single shit what this ends up, what I pay right now, because this is going to make you some dumb money for sure. Playing 14 again. She's sitting at 1401. 1401, and that volume weighted average price is sitting about 1404, where you see about 7,200 total shares. And that is not by accident, right? They're trying to load that wall up so they don't reclaim that VWAP, because that's a critical level of resistance to get a break over. If we get a break over that volume weighted average price, you can expect a little bit of a push for ultimately what I think is going to end up being that 1410 level of resistance first, and then 1423 with that triple top setup. We got a little bit of a, I wouldn't call it a false breakout, but a breakout followed by a harsh short down, ladder down, back underneath that level of resistance at 1423. If you look at this on the 1 month chart, what do you got cooking up right now? 1, 2, 3 times that it tested 1423. When broke it, it came with a hard move, but then ultimately ended up dumping because of the short attack that ended up coming in the pre-market. So we want that clean break back over the VWAP to retest 1423, get that clean break as well, get back over $14.50. And that is ultimately what we're looking for to get this solid push. All right. Gotta scroll back up. All right. Everyone, either ape or Blue Falcon. Don't be Blue Falcon, be ape. All right, man. You said it, not me. You said it. Citadel has 4 million call options. That's 400 million shares of exercise. Couldn't they take the stock, kill the squeeze, and cash in on their 5 million puts? So I wouldn't say kill the squeeze, but it would be psychological warfare, right? You would have a dip. So there was a Reddit article that came out talking about what happened to GameStop. So they had a flush, a crazy flush from like $350 down to 170 or 180 or something in a matter of a half an hour. And we can expect that sort of crazy volatility on AMC stock, guys. I mean, I'm fully expecting to see some crazy psychological warfare. Without a doubt. That's definitely factual. But we can't just point at Citadel, because there are other hedge funds that are playing puts that are going short on the stock, that are going long on the stock, that if they cashed out, we can claim would kill the squeeze. But ultimately, what it comes down to is apes control freaking 80+% of the total flow. We have a lot of the floor. This is ultimately what it is. We control the floor. The floor is yours, guys. Absolutely 100%, Hyakuman percento yours. It's your floor, guys. So we'll scoop that up, man. I'm telling you. Matt Coors says this all the time, but you cannot calculate FOMO buying, and that is ultimately going to happen. FOMO buying is going to drive this thing higher than any of us probably even freaking realize. Sitting at 1404 right now, testing out that VWAP, volume weighted average price. If we get a push over that, I expect a pretty decent surge in volume. Citadel went long because their wife's boyfriend said he wouldn't give Citadel their McDonald's Happy Meal. I love that, dude. Absolutely. They're not happy. Melvin Capital and Citadel, dude, they're just not cooking with Crisco. They're not digging it. We got to draw this arrow. It worked the first time. Let's drop that. Let's raise this bar up a little bit. Look at this. We're getting a little bit of a test of that VWAP, the volume weighted average price, guys. That's not looking bad. Level 2s, like I said, 1410 is the next level of resistance with about 5,880 shares to push through, but that is a small wall. I'm telling you, that will not be hard to break through. Ultimately, I think this is a smaller ask wall. You're not seeing as much of the spread penny by penny, cent by cent on the level 2s as you did yesterday. I think they did a lot of damage this morning. I think they really tried to short this thing down to freaking the shadow realm, and they succeeded for a little while, but ultimately you can't hold down, you can't tame a lion. You really can't take the nature out of the beast. And that is what you're looking at right now with AMC stock, as an animal that is waiting to be unleashed. I see people asking, William asked, he buy yet? I've been buying intraday, so I'm making little buys throughout the day because I want to average into my position. So I'm actually going to contribute again. I'm going to drop in another 50 shares right now, which comes out to about $703, and I pop that in right now, boom, into the market, and that is another 50 shares added to my position that we got cooking up right now. Currently sitting at $14.08, looking to get that test at about $14.10. If we get that clean break over $14.10, that is going to bring us up to $14.23, which is that next level of resistance. $14.55 is the intraday high. The pre-market and after hours high, you're looking at overall $15.80. If we get that break over $15.80, you're looking at some freaking fat, mad tendies. That's what's freaking cooking with Crisco, guys. So we're waiting for that. 1410, 1423, 1450. These are all the levels that I am personally watching for throughout the day here today. All right. They bought those shares to be able to borrow from themselves. I'm sure of it. What's your thoughts? It's definitely possible, man. They're trying to cover their losses. That's ultimately what it comes down to. Citadel is looking at this and thinking, we got to flip the script, because if we keep playing against the grain, we are going to lose. That's ultimately what it is. I mean, I just don't see any way they can come out on top. All the positive news, all of the freaking sentiment, all the bullish action, all the FOMO, all the volume, all the liquidity running into this thing, you can't take away from that. It's as simple as it is. You can't you can't take away the trend that is rocking right now with AMC. It's going to be impossible. Matt Cruz just bought 100 call options. He's challenging you to the King Kong of AMC. Oh, 100 call options. That's disgusting. Holy Toledo. Well, I own the majority of stock, but I can pick up some more call options. Should we pick up more of the $15 strikes? That probably wouldn't be too bad. I like security. I've got the $15 strikes for 18 June 2021. Those are the ones that I picked up. What do you guys think? You let me know down in the chat bar here. Let's see what's cooking. Wouldn't it be relevant if Citadel bought shares? If they get margin call, they have to liquidate everything anyway, right? So it depends on their net gains and losses, right? So if they're down exponentially on their short position and they're green on other stuff, they'll get closed out of the other stuff. They'll get liquidated, absolutely, yes. But that's assuming that they haven't closed out of their short positions, which I can't give you an answer on, right? I don't know that ultimately at the end of the day. Lamp off, lamp on, baby. Dang, we got freaking 19,900 apes watching AMC cooking with Crisco right now. We have at the beginning of a ascending level of support. So we've got two different touch points right here. This could be the third one. Ultimately, we're waiting to see if this gets a bounce off about 1387 or so to get a retest of this volume weighted average price. Peer pressure. I'm continuing to buy shares, guy. I'm buying shares all the way through the stream. And I've said this a million times. I think if you're going to buy options, right, you should have a ratio of 80 to 90% of your total position in AMC stock be a stock. But of course, this is not financial advice. This is just my personal opinion. This is what I'm doing, right? 80 to 90% of your position should be in stock and the other 10 to 20% call options because we need the stock buying. We need that actual physical shares to drive the price action up. It's that simple. Where options actually increase the value of AMC stock and drive the price up is when they are previously out the money and then run in the money. They get hedged for, delta hedged for. And that ultimately will push the price up through a gamma squeeze. But you can't get there without people buying actual stock, which is why I think it's super, super, super important to get that actual stock rocking and cooking with Crisco in AMC. You can't do it any other way. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. But if you want to play both ways, I mean, you definitely can. You definitely 100% can. Both are important. We just need more of one and less of the other. Plus, honestly, what breaks my heart is when I see that people buy too much in calls and they end up expiring worthless and they lose that liquidity. That's liquidity that could have ultimately helped push the cause. You know, it could have ended up smashing this thing to freaking to Mars. So we definitely want to see. We definitely don't want to see people lose their money in this. That's obviously not the goal. So stock is secure. Stock is safe. You're never going to lose a share. A share is a share, right? But if you lose your option, it expires worthless. That's just liquidity that you lost, and we don't want to see that, right? Which is why we want to secure the majority of our position in AMC in stock because you don't end up losing that cash, right? That is going to eventually make you money. We don't know when, and I can't guarantee it, but I just don't see any freaking way that AMC does anything other than squeeze. It's just a matter of time, dude. This is a ticking time bomb. Ticking time bomb. I think I saw somebody say, where was that? Something is, AMC to the moon trending on Twitter. Let's get that trending, baby. I'll contribute to that. AMC to the moon. Oh, I got to capitalize each of these. To the moon. Bam. All right, loaded up more at 1370. We are ape strong. Absolutely, Randy. I'm with you, brother. You are ape leader. Don't listen to the haters. We're going at 100K. Eliza, I don't consider myself leader at all. I'm just a regular dude, man. I'm just a dude that likes AMC stock, and I love chatting about it. I love chatting about this thing, and I'm not going to stop talking about it until it's freaking game day, guys. So we're gonna keep rocking on and hodling on. At least I am. I'm going to keep hodling on until this gets our bananas, because I think the bananas are freaking coming. I'm telling you right now. Absolutely. Thank you, John. Can you please pat for CC, or is that available on live stream? Pat for CC? I don't know if I know what that means. Does anybody know what that means? What is pat for CC? I gotta be honest. Maybe that's just my age showing. Every time I don't know the answer, I don't know what's actually freaking happening. I'm like, I've got people watching right now. They're probably like, this guy's a dingling. But at least I know I'm a dingling. That's as simple as it is. Trey, you're one high-strung cool cat. Randy, you're a cool cat, dude. I appreciate that, brother. We're all freaking cool cats. We're all cooking with Crisco. We're just waiting for the heyday, waiting for the payday. That's ultimately what it comes down to. Guys, and I'll say this every single live stream, by the way. I'd much rather you bought actual AMC stock or something in the market or did something with your money instead of sending me a super chat, because I will go back and forth between the chat bar and the actual the super chats, right? I'll read both. I absolutely read both. So don't feel obligated to do that, right? You really do not have to. I promise you. I'd much rather that you contribute to the cause if you have to choose between one or the other, right? I am doing absolutely fine. I do not need it. I do not needle it. Needle it. Patrick, Trey, they are talking about me. Dude, let's go. Oh, it's closed captions? Got you. Okay, I don't know if I can do that. Let me look. Let's see if I can turn on closed captions. I don't know if I can do that for a live stream. Live chat, live redirect, monetization. It might be one of those things that it can't do until it's actually up on the channel. So I can probably turn on closed captions after this is up on the channel and I'm done. That's ultimately what it is. Lamp off, lamp on. Sitting at $13.97, it looks like it is going to continue to respect this ascending level of support, getting ready to retest that volume-weighted average price. Coming up pretty freaking dangerously close to that right now. And I'm going to slap the ask. We're going to slap it. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. 1404. I'm going to pick up another 100 shares or so and slap her down. Bang! All right, Trey, hope your heart and eyes are doing well. Health as well. $40 calls for June 18th. What is your opinion? I know it's not financial advice. So I think if you're going to play the $40 calls, ultimately what that comes down to is you're playing the lottery, right? So if you want to play the lottery, that's okay. You can definitely do that. I think you've got a decent shot. In fact, I think you've got better odds playing the $40 calls for June 18th than you do playing the actual lottery. However, just know that if you're wrong, you may lose that premium. So only invest what you're willing to lose into those $40 calls. How do I turn off super chats? I don't know how to do that. Monetization. Where would I go? Monetize in all countries. Ads, skippable ads, sponsored video, sponsored cards, overlay ads. Maybe I got to go to YouTube Studio. Let me look. Live. Let's see. That's not it. It's not under the monetization tab. Does anyone know how to do that? Either way, we got that clean break over the VWAP. I'll wait until that chat bar speeds up here a little bit. Don't turn off super chat? I don't know. I'd rather people bought the actual stock, you know? Look at this freaking run. It's every time I look away from the screen is when this thing makes a freaking decent move. Look at this. Sitting at $14.08 as it sits right now. The level 2s have actually started to load up. Look at the ask. The ask is starting to load up, and sure as shit, 14.25 has a decent amount. It's all dropping. This is fluctuating so fast, I can't even keep up with the freaking level 2s. The ask is just bouncing. Jeez. On FinCell, where you're looking up Citadel, click on the box and arrow link next to their name. Calls, 4.1 million shares. Puts, 5.6 million shares. So that's good to know. Appreciate that. The stock is so sexy. She ain't looking bad. Not a dead cat. You know what it is. You freaking know what it is. Just buy AMC with your super chats. I have been, man. Absolutely. You can see the value right here is $77,552, and I'm all in on AMC. So you guys know what I'm doing. I do have a little bit of liquidity left. I've got enough to buy about 590 shares or some more call options, but I feel pretty comfortable with my call option position. I don't know if I want to add much more to that. I'd rather hold the actual stock and contribute to buying power, but that's what we're looking at right now. Trey, I convinced my brother to buy into AMC, and now I know he's listening. Can you please give a shout out to Lil Ed for taking the deep dive in the Gorilla Gang? Hey, shout out to Lil Ed, man. Absolutely appreciate you, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Trey, you're the coolest. Oh, I already read that. Play the song. We'll play when I take my first Leaky Weeky break. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good morning, Vietnam. I love that. I'm still rocking the aviator glasses. These are maybe some good glasses if I was to ever go out there. Get your Warby Parker glasses. Give microphone a little love. Hey, microphone, I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Will you give my mom a shout out? Yvette, tell her son Justin loves her. Hey, Yvette, your mom, your mom. Justin loves you. Justin loves you, dude. Appreciate you tuning in. All right. Much love from sunny Scotland. Can you give a shout out to the apes? Hey, Scotland apes out there. You're all cooking with Crisco, dude. We're glad to have you. So AMC stock, what you've got ripping right now is it is still respecting this ascending level of support. Looking at the level 2s, honestly, it's not that loaded up. I'm surprised. It's bouncing around a lot. So you see that it'll load up and then it'll go away. These are fake sell walls that pop up continuously, on and off, on and off, on and off. Right? They go away, they come back, they go away, and they come back. Ultimately, I think this is a scare tactic. I think this is a way that they're trying to scare people out of buying AMC stock. But guess what? We've been doing this for 5 months. I mean, we've been watching this for freaking ever, man. We've been watching this forever. This is nothing new to us. It doesn't scare anybody at all. I'll continue to hold freaking as long as it takes. And I know a lot of people out there that will too. Obviously, you guys do what you want, man. But I'm telling you, there's absolutely no reason not to be jacked to the teeth right now, my friends. $14.06. We are back to green on the day, up about 0.72%, leading up to the 8th straight green day in a row. Citadel is watching, most likely, but piss on them. Who needs them? I'm telling you. You are General Lee for Abe Nation. Florida, Michigan will be mooning. Go Trey. Dude, I promise you I'm just a regular dude. I just like AMC stock. And I'm going to keep talking about it until she does what she needs to do. It is finally following that up arrow. Good job, Lamp. Freaking good job, Lamp. Lamp and Subway Cup coming in clutch. Come on, give some love to Lamp. I'm telling you. Lamp does this stuff. Lamp does this. I don't do it. Hello, what do you think about Raptor Coin? Raptor.finance. I'm actually not familiar with Raptor Coin, my friend, and I gotta be honest with you. I think the majority of people that are watching this live stream here today are trying to tune into AMC stock. So this is I understand you already dropped that super chat. Maybe I should have said something first and I apologize, but we're gonna try and spend the majority of our time respecting the majority of the audience who is watching AMC stock right now, because I think that's ultimately what a lot of people want to see. You guys let me know in the chat bar if you want something else, but I think this is just gonna be an AMC live stream, man. We'll tune in and out of different stocks that are moving if you want advice on that, if you want technical analysis breakdown, whatever it is. But I think the majority of what's happening right now is the interest is in AMC stock. A lot of people just want to know what the freak is happening right now. What the freak is going on? Can you make a summary video on AMC stock? I definitely will, man. I'm planning on doing that. It's either going to be today or tomorrow. That's my game plan. All right, got to scroll back up. You think Chance the Rapper has any position in AMC? I wouldn't be surprised. I don't really answer that, though. I really don't. Nice stash in the thumbnail, brother. Grow her out again and we can start the mustache market streams. Dude, I get mixed opinions. on that mustache. I think it's cool. I like it. But it depends on the person. I think I can grow a pretty decent mustache for sure. All right. Good morning, AMC hodlers. You know what it is, Alejandro. Good to see you back in here again. I see you in these live streams all the time. Great to have you, brother. To all the freaking apes out there who are watching this video, all that I ask is whether you're watching me or Matt Coors or Matthew Perry or the Mass Investor, whether you're watching Angelo, whether you're watching Lou versus Wall Street, anybody that you're watching, all that I'd like you to do is to hit that like button, because it does get the YouTube algorithm to be favored. It gets more people watching the stream. I don't even care if you subscribe to me. I genuinely do mean that. All I want is a community and a place for people to go to discuss with each other about what's happening with AMC stock, answer questions, right? Have a place to clear FUD, have a place to talk about what's happening. That's ultimately what it is. Lou brought up some good points about AMC possibly doing a 2-1 or 3-1 split to prevent the squeeze. What's your thoughts on that? So I gotta be honest with you. So I've seen that stuff floating around on Twitter, And I personally believe that it's not in the best interest, at least in this current moment in time, for AMC to do a split. Most of the time, if you're going to do a split, it'd be in an instance like Tesla, right? So you look at Tesla. Tesla did a split, and they ended up coming down. I don't know what the exact number was, 2-1, 3-1, whatever it was. But typically, you do that to make a share more affordable. And the thing about a squeeze is it's not sustainable. You can't stay and keep that sort of price action forever, right? Ultimately, I trust Adam Aaron and I trust AMC, the company itself, right? They have proven themselves time and time again that they listen to what the shareholders have to say. They listen to the apes. They listen to the retail investors. That's why they took the 500 million share authorization vote off the table, because they care about what we want as the retail investor, as the apes, right? They genuinely do. So I don't think it's in the best interest of Adam Aaron or AMC, for that matter, right, to do something that's going to piss off the retail investors. I don't think there's any possible scenario where they can do that. But I will tell you this. What I do plan on doing is when we have that next interview with Adam Aaron in early June, what I plan on doing is asking him questions coming from the apes, by the apes, for the apes, right? I'm going to answer as many questions as I possibly can. I'm going to have him answer as many questions as we possibly can for you guys, because that's ultimately what it comes down to. I'm not in it for myself. I'm in it for you guys. That's ultimately what it is. I genuinely give a shit about what happens with your guys' money, what happens with your guys' sentiment, what you guys want to hear. So if you guys want to hear about that, I can easily ask that question, and we can get an answer straight as day, clear as day for everybody to hear. So that's ultimately what my game plan is. All right. Edward says, Trey, this is a little ad. Thanks for the shout out. I got you, brother. No on the stash. See, we get yeses and nos. It goes both ways. I'm not rocking a stash right now. I haven't grown one in a while. Probably about a year. It's still respecting that arrow, man. Look at this. Lamp doing the Lord's work. The Lord's technical analysis. This is looking pretty freaking decent. All right. After this hits, we should all buy an island. Call it AMC Island with a sick resort. Exclusively to AMC shareholders. Yeet, baby. You know what it is, Jason. Absolutely. I don't know. I've never thought about buying an island. All that I want is I want an after party with the apes. I want to be able to go and celebrate the freaking historical legacy that all of us wrote together. That's on the bucket list. And I want to buy myself a Tesla Roadster and somebody else a Tesla Roadster. And anything beyond that is extra. Anything beyond that is extra for me, man. No hedgies, no cry. Yeah, absolutely, Eddie. Yes, Stash. Trey, are you definitely looking at your own crypto? 100%. I'm going to make one. There's no doubt in my mind. Let's get over 14, 13, improve, higher highs, lower lows. Absolutely, man. We're coming up close. I mean, it's coming up close. We got the beginning of, this is an inverse head and shoulders pattern. It absolutely is. Head, shoulder, shoulder. And this is the neckline right here at about $14.10. A clean break over 14.10 to me is going to bring us 14.23, which is going to bring that retest of 14.50, which could make a lot of people a pretty decent cash. I mean, it really could. Poker meetup game? Absolutely, man. I stand by it, by the way, guys. I absolutely do. I've said it, there's a lot of people that ask all the time, like I'm joking or something, but I'm freaking not. My stipulation was this. AMC stock hit $600 and I'm buying somebody that's a part of the Gorilla Gang at Tesla. It's that freaking easy. It's that easy. I'm not going back on that. I made that as a public statement. I'm legally binded to do it. So I am 100% going to do it. One ape out there is going to get a freaking Tesla. Can I just hold my shares without doing the calls and puts thing because I'm new to stock? Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, Zeusi Bear. And I'm not going to encourage you or discourage you to buy calls or not, right? You don't have to do anything. It's entirely your call. But what I will do is I'll tell you this. I threw together a video talking about options, and I tried to break this down in the easiest possible way that I could so that anybody who's new to options can understand how to buy call options. And if you want to learn, right? I'm not telling you what to do. If you just want to learn about it, Call Options 101, I have a video out. You just search up Call Options or Options 101 Trey, and it'll pop up. And this is my video. And you can check this out. And if you want to watch it, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. But I'm just giving you the resource that you have it. But stock is absolutely fine. Absolutely. I just want to make my mom proud, says Sweet Pea. You will, dude. You will, dude, or dudette. Absolutely. Did you ask Matt this morning about the delay in live stream? His is only 10 seconds to your 30-second delay. Let me shoot him a text right now. I actually forgot to do that. I'm going to be honest. I apologize. Let me text Matt. How do you get the live stream delay down? People are saying yours is 10 seconds, but mine is 30. We'll see if he responds, but I shot him a text. 1,075 shares and holding until it hits the moon. There you go, Brandon. That boy. What's he taking us running up to 1455, almost breaking that 1450 barrier? Like I said, if we can hold over 1450, it's lights out. It really freaking is. That is going to be the game day absolute madness. That is going to be where you see the freaking FOMO, the volatility, the liquidity, new money coming into this, because that's ultimately what it is. I think that a lot of AMC's price action, why it was flat for months, is that we saturated the market. The people who know AMC's got a huge potential to moon, right? We're already in it. We're already in the game. So you need new money. You're looking for new retail investors, new liquidity to pump into AMC, which is ultimately going to bring it to those new highs. And I think 1450 is what's going to do it. Lower the latency. Would that do it? I am such a dingling. Let's see. Stream settings. Can I change it midstream? I don't know if I can. If that's as simple as it is, that'd be freaking cool. But it doesn't look like I can change it midstream. So what I might have to do is throughout the stream here today, I may have to just restart it and start up a new one. If you guys are cool with that, I can do it. I mean, if it makes the lag a little better, it's ultimately, I just want to take care of you guys. And as long as you guys are chilling, that's cool with me. OBS settings, advanced stream delay. Is that really what it is? OBS settings. Advanced stream delay. How about that? Increased delay when reconnecting. So I can't change it midstream, but now I know how to do it. So what I might have to do is just restart the stream at some point, but do it. Go for it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Change it. Matt does it live. I'm going to wait and see what Matt says. Oh, yeah, you can't change it during stream, he said. So I'm going to have to restart the stream if I want to do that. All right. It looks like the majority of people want me to do that. So what I'm going to do is just end the stream really quick and I'm going to restart it. So give me like 5 minutes and I'm going to change that lag and we'll get that cooking up. So just give me a quick second. I'll be right back, my friends.